I know the break's coming. What is good, everybody? Back out here again to do another predictive, preemptive cryptocurrency video for you all today. And you know what it is. I'ma keep going until there ain't nothing left, you guys. Yes, sir. Whether that's in me or whether that's opposing forces working against me. I'll never be broke again, you guys. Rich mindset, and that's what we're out here to achieve. It isn't about money, it's about wealth, knowledge, and accountability. Okay? And you know, I done daggone grown impatient, you guys. Dreams come true, but you just got to chase it. You just got to chase it. You hear that? You just got to chase it. And if they don't give it to me, well, damn it, boy, I'ma take it. All right. And you know, the Lord knows I gotta make it, you guys. Single father, gotta take care of the boy. Can't stop, won't stop, gotta get it. Top's coming soon, and I can taste it, baby. I can't sleep, no, I won't sleep until I make it, baby. So let's go. We destined for greatness over here. Why? Because we are the chosen ones. And it's the Daily Candle Close News, where we do things different in a different way. We use the code, astrotheology, astrology, alchemy, numerology, and gematria, as well as common sense. And we decode this augmented reality, and we program divergence. And you know, we believe that what you believe in your hearts and speak in your minds will eventually become your words and your reality one day. And we've learned these things along our way. And we also learn that what you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mindset. And what gets ingrained in that subconscious mindset of yours becomes an unconscious reaction and activity. And I just want mine to be guideful, helpful, and nurturing to others, you guys. It's about protecting our financial sovereignty and freedom moving forward against this inevitable paradigm shift financially that we're experiencing. The high rates of inflation and the 40% rent increases across the nation. You know, we're seeing this, and you know, the people are seeing their system crumble. Who's their system? The private Western central bankers, you guys. And you know, they're going to be in search of a new system, and they're going to want to find something that they can use that will benefit them. And it's, you know, they're at the precipice of destruction. The people that continue to, you know, watch their purchasing power and spending ability disappear. And you know, that's evident that it's happening. And you know, the people, they have the economy in common, and we go over that on the Daily Candle Close News. And with all that being said, you guys, we'll probably go ahead and get straight into this technical analysis video that's been long awaited for and overdue. You know, thank you, pioneers, for being patient. But we'll get straight into it. Got a lot to talk about today, and you know, hopefully you enjoy. We got a lot to discuss. We'll transition the screen for you all, though. All right. And so we're currently sitting with Bitcoin at 50,000, right under 51,000. You know, that range, that very powerful number, that 51 ties us straight back into the moon. But I'll probably jump straight into a decode in this video today to explain where I went wrong a little bit. You know, with the code, etc. My prediction of bullishness on this date. But yeah. So give me a minute, and we'll get that started. But we saw 42,333 on the Coinbase price charts. Very powerful number, that 42,333. We just came out of a date that was, the 333rd day of the year, the 330th day of the year, a day that left 33 days left in the year, and we're coming up against, or coming up on the 10th, 3 months and 3 days from the start of the Jewish Hebrew New Year, Rosh Hashanah. So we'll speak about that later at the end of the video. But just very powerful days and numbers that we're seeing centered around that 33, our favorite transmutation number that we speak about, a very powerful number that we've spoken about on our channel. So wanted to bring that up. Keeping an eye on the 10th and the 12th of the month. Just some very powerful days, and we'll go over those. But let's take the red pill. So, since our last video, the solar eclipse, the sun blocked by the moon, Bitcoin, we know on this channel is Sol, Ra, Helios, the sun, and we go over this. We expose this time and time again, and Bitcoin is the artificial sun created by Saturn, Chronos, Father Time, because of the solar eclipse, and when the sun is obscured by the moon, Terra Luna is, of course, the moon, right? Luna, the moon. And we see on this date Terra Luna hitting $77. And give me a minute and I'll pull that up. And we'll take a look at the Terra Luna price chart. Look at it versus the dollar. And very powerful that on December 4th we see a top for Terra Luna coming in at hitting $77 at the time. Top finally came in at, I think, 78. So $77, very powerful number that we were talking about in many of our decodes previously. So very, very powerful to make this connection with Luna and the date that we see Bitcoin in a very ritualistic liquidation event to the downside. Again, the sun being obscured by the moon, Terra Luna. So just a very powerful connection to make here, and I thought that I'd like to, bring that up to my pioneers and to solidify again how ritualistically this code is working due to, centered around astrology, etc. On certain dates, etc. We were able to call this December 4th to be a very explosive date, being 88 days from the start of Rosh Hashanah, following the 1, 2, 3 date, the 12-week 3 days from Rosh Hashanah, the day before, the new moon eve of December. So some very powerful connections here. Definitely want to bring that up to all pioneers right there. But again, Terra Luna hits a new all-time high while the rest of the market drops. That's my fault, and I made a bad call, and I assumed we would go up based on previous technical analysis and history. 2013, 17 full runs. Bitcoin hit its all-time high at the top of the logarithmic growth curve on these new moons during 2 previous bull runs, and right here on these new moons. So again, past history and technical analysis led me to believe that a potential pattern was being formed, and as a technical analysis individual, I look to build a pattern to base my analysis off of. And if we take a look at this year's top of the logarithmic growth curve for Bitcoin on December 4th, Well, we see that that is literally $143,000. So right there around that 144, Sagittarius giving us the 144, the mark of the beast giving us 144, the system we're moving into, and a lot of other powerful connections there. So, Jesuit order, 144 being the square root of 12, etc. Just a very powerful number. And Chronos, I can't, express this enough. We get that 144 and a lot of powerful things, and we've seen it. She tank for 144 days and then blow up 90 million%. So again, we've seen it affect cryptocurrency in numerous ways, that 144 number. So again, maybe we could still see that come into fruition for Bitcoin, but we'll just have to continue to see what happens. But, again, I just wanted you all to know that was a bad call, but it was not unfounded either. So it was in the cards for us to hit all-time highs, but we just hit 69K, and that's important because we'll see how that 69 fits into our decode later. But this eclipse being extremely powerful, and being a back-to-back eclipse period, with the prior one being the longest one in, I think, 144,000 years. 1,140 years. So, or 1,440 years. 1,440 years. So again, that 144 number being very powerful right here around this time frame, entering Sagittarius. But giving us a different outlook on the markets than 2013, 2017, and we've spoken about this briefly in a few videos prior. But right now we're going to talk about some potential bearish scenarios, one being a dead cat bounce. But first, we'll zoom out. We'll pull up Bitcoin on a new time frame, get a clear view of everything, take a look at it in the area time frame on the daily real quick. Let's see what we're looking like. Boom, boom. Still holding support of our previous April, February, March, April, May trading range that we was forming. Still holding support there right now. That's the best we can say. For anything, holding support above almost above our Rosh Hashanah sell-off at 52. I would like to see us reclaim and blow past 52 to invalidate a right shoulder forming for a potential bearish head and shoulders pattern. That would probably take a few months to play out. So we'd definitely like to see a reclaim of 52 and then 55K, with 52 holding their support, to be quite frank. That taking out our Rosh Hashanah sell-off, that would really be something indicative to look for. But boom, let's pull up what we can call is a bearish retrace pool, where we take our Fibonacci extension and we draw from the lows to the highs, and well, we can see we're trading right there around that golden pocket range. We fell clear through the 888 right there at around 44, 45K, right there around that 46K range. And we've been bopped up immediately, trading right there around this golden pocket range. We'd definitely like to continue to see this work its way up past the 5 and the 382, get back above that 52 and that 55 range that we were talking about on the Fibonacci extension. This bearish retrace pool being a tool I like to use in the accumulation periods of a market. Again, we're at the end of a bull run, not in a bear market. We've been in a bull run since April of 2021, and a confirmed artificially inflated bull market since 2020 of March. So again, this being a tool used in the bear market to determine ranges of accumulation, the 888 being a very key range. Anything under, truly great. But so I'm not saying this was a great buying opportunity or that this is not financial advice. Still waiting to see what happens, but this 618, a test of it right there around that 702 right now. That's okay. But we'd like to continue to see this, V bottom and work its way on up out of here. Definitely in a bull run. Again, all that is continuation of previous newer higher highs being formed. So gotta break 69K instead of higher high to continuate and confirm, that we're in a bull run still. So very bullish, tool to use. Just want to see a clear reversal and trend being formed right here. Again, this is a tool used in the bear market for me to determine if I'm backing my truck up, packing and stacking though. But not financial advice. Just gotta throw that in there. Dead cat bounce scenario that we'll go ahead and go over real quick. Is we'll pull our our Fibonacci retracement from this right here, from our 60K, 59K, 60K range. We'll place, run it swing high to swing low. Boom, that's how I like to do mine. We can talk about placing it at 69K in a minute if you'd like, but we'll look at it right here, right now. And we see we're clearly trading right there above that 382. Fell all the way down to the 236, 382. Boom. So right there, would like to reclaim the 0.5. Anything in stock market, forex, etc. I might say that yeah, that's cool. We've reclaimed dominance. We're good to go. But crypto being very volatile, we could see this potentially trade all the way up here to this 0.888 and then we'll dump. So we definitely again like to continue to see this just V bottom and work its way on up out of here, setting higher highs. But yeah, I want to see this 618 taken out, want to see the 786 taken out, the 1618, etc. And just work its way on up. But that being a dead cat bounce scenario, and all we're doing is pulling the fib from our prior resistance in the structure, which was 59K. You saw me make a post about it that if we don't take it out, we could see 52 again. We saw 52, 51, and then we saw 42,333 on this chart right here. Not surprising, very powerful numbers. But pulling it from right here gives us our golden pocket right there around that 55K range that Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin creator, etc. gives us 55K, predestination 55, God, Satan 55. It's a very powerful range to see us take out again. Again, that would confirm 52 being taken out for potentially forming that. that potential head and shoulders bearish pattern. You know, if we can get up there and have 52 held as support right here and just bottom our way up out, well, we could possibly see continuation. So just some technical scenarios that I'm looking at, but anything above the 0.5 fib level is definitely a place to keep an eye on. What's to come? How's it going? Well, how's the market going to react? Are we going to keep going? Are we going to recover? Will we see rejection and possibly, you know, the downside? Want to take out that 888 and you know, honestly, just stay above 69K. So keep an eye on that. Add it to your charts. Not financial advice. But yeah, let's get back into, like I said earlier, we're gonna get kind of get into the decode. Get this cleaned up. All right. Oh, let's get that cleared up. Sorry, I thought I had that clearing that up. All right, so let's get into our decode, you guys. Sorry, and what I want to discuss is how this December 4th was actually spot on in regards to the code, and how this code was working, and it was really very simple for any of you that are you know, new to my work, then you know that December 4th was our you know, top of the market prediction for Bitcoin. I saw it being a very bullish time frame for the markets, and where we could possibly see a 72K, if not higher, call for Bitcoin. And you know, I was wrong, and we're going to be discussing that today in this video a little bit again, because you know, we don't give up if something happens and goes against our cognitive bias, okay, or our work or whatever we do. Well, we strive to become better and adapt. But December 4th measured from the start of Rosh Hashanah, or the start of Shemitah. It gave us 88 days, and that was very important because the 8 giving us infinity and the torus fields, etc. This connection was wild, and we saw how that treated the markets, and it did bring massive volatility in a liquidity shakeout to the markets, and it was powerful, combined with an eclipse, combined with just a powerful astrology. And we see the date numerology being the same on each day, the Shemitah, this 57 Tanis, all the way back to our pals, and you know, numerology, which is, you know, something we've spoken about before. Our pals, these guys, the Society of Jesus, and also again being on an eclipse, tying us back into the moon, you guys. With that 57, we get in moon, and I believe we got it in Isis as well. Now that 56, Isis, tying us back into Society of Jesus and the moon. So Isis being the moon, Luna, Terra Luna hitting $77 this day. And the Shemitah, we know, not using the scam calendar, is September 7th, a date of 7/7 this year. So very powerful connections that we made on this date. But yeah. But pay attention to just how this works, and we see that 88 days is a canceling out effect. There are 27 days left in the year. This 27 is very powerful because it comes back to Jupiter, Zeus. And Jupiter's logo is the 24 that we go over a lot, and that's the cycle of our day and very powerful connection. And there's that 36 we get that ties us into Bitcoin, that 45 that ties us into Bitcoin, and Ripple right there, that 27. So just seeing powerful connections in the markets on this day, and it just goes to show you how you can use the code. Again, Bitcoin 72, the mirror of 27, to pay attention to dates. And I wanted to bring that back up, but yeah. But one thing I want to bring up is we're entering into a platinum jubilee, and I don't want to jump around too much, but it's in the 22nd year of the 21st century, and that 5782 year of the Jewish Hebrew New Year that we are entering since, well, 9/7, the date that we talk about a lot on this channel. Well, that gives us the 22, and again, XRP giving us that 22. Just very powerful. We'll speak on this 15 number later in a decode around the biggest psyop we're still seeing on the world stage right now, and what I believe still continue to bring this volatility to the markets. And we'll show you how that I believe came into effect. But I want to show you how important this date really was, and why the code did work. Though it was the human error that I admit to. But that 27 again is the mirror of 72, and that 72 coming back to Bitcoin. But this shakeout, if we go back and look at the charts, we see that it was a 7-minute shakeout that affected everybody. And I just, again, that 7 being very powerful, tying us into the 7-year cycle of a Shemitah, tying us into Bitcoin. So very powerful. Yeah. If I can find it, there it is. But yeah, so like a 7-minute from complete drop to being bought back up and headed up so far. But yeah, completely powerful, I think, if you ask me. The 7. But this being a part of the biggest psyop that's affecting the markets right now, being the 15th Greek letter, having a numerologic value of 70. This, I can't say it or else I'll lose my page, but you know, when we type this in a decode, make sure we get it correct. But when we type this in, we see just a very powerful connection. Huh. Alright, well, we'll type it in. It having that 42, having a very powerful connection to that Saturn day that we saw the markets dump, and having it being the 15th Greek letter, all coming back to Saturn, Bitcoin falling to 42K. So just very powerful. But yeah, Luna being the moon hitting 77K, and Luna giving us that 15, this psyop that we're seeing being the 15th letter in the Greek alphabet. Okay, so very powerful connections here. And you know, it made its way into the connection to the financial markets because you've got, well, the Federal Reserve and Janet Yellen and everyone out here. Well, they're using it as a excuse, a cover story to tell the people that, hey, their system that is a scam is failing, and it's what's causing you to have to pay more for the same goods and cheap items from China at the dollar store. You know, they're using this right here. Okay, so just very powerful connections that we're getting that I wanted to bring up, but yeah. It's being known as the little O. The sun is the big O, or the moon is the little O, or Isis, the lesser light in terms of the biblical perspective. So again, this date numerology got December 4th, giving us the 12 date numerology when we typed that out, and Luna gave us 12 when we typed that out, and it was happening during the 48th week of the year. Luna equals 48. There's that cycle that ties us into Jupiter that we talked about on this day in the Jupiter logo. Like, you can't get a much more perfect day than you know, all of this when you know that who runs the show. Because again, Luna hitting the 77 on that day. Well, that's why. Because our financial markets are tied to the Judaism. I mean, the Jews run the show financially, and you know, Saturnalia, which is coming up, just being very powerful to watch out for the markets. Maybe we come up out of here with that energy, but I don't know. I don't think we'll see any more moves like where we see Terra Luna hit new all-time highs while the rest of the market's hitting a low or anything. So don't go buy it thinking it's going to happen again. But it just exposes the importance of gematria and numerology and astrology to the code. And I think we should pay attention to how we can utilize it for upcoming volatile dates. And we're going to on this channel, but you know, I just want to solidify it for you and how you can look into it. But if this shakeout affected you and you know you're hurt by it or whatever, but you're not meant to be here. And you know, if you're questioning what you're doing or whatever, but you know, you're not meant to be here. And I don't mean to, you know, hurt your feelings, but you're really not welcome here neither. You know, if these things affect you, and you know, this volatility to crypto is something that hurts you financially, then you got to question whether or not you should even have been in crypto to begin with. You know, again, can you spend this money and be okay with not getting it back in a year and a day or 5 years? Or can you spend this money and eat or still take care of your family? And if you are trading because you think you're, you know, skilled enough to trade, especially on high leverage, but like, are you using a small portion of your portfolio instead of like a larger half, you know? Because that's going to determine if you're ready to be here or not, you know? I don't mean to get all philosophical, but I'm just saying we need to be educated first and know how to do technical analysis and have a risk management plan, and you know, be able to execute and trade that plan. And what we saw over the past few days was a massive wipeout of leveraged traders, and well, it shows they didn't know how to do that, period. And obviously it's something we should bring up because it's clearly what's going on. And before you put your money into the market, I mean, again, am I educated? Am I willing to wait before I see returns? Or you know, people are sold on crypto like you can just get into crypto and start making gains, and that's a lie. And anybody telling you otherwise, well, they're just teaching you how to gamble, and they're not teaching you how to have an investor mindset and a rich mindset. They're teaching you how to have a poor mindset, like scratch offs. Anyways, but we don't give up again. This is just another day in the matrix, and an opportunity to become stronger. So the next couple days coming up that I wanted to talk about is, you know, some potential days to watch for to continue to possibly see some continuation. But yesterday being Tuesday, Martes, the day of Mars, was giving us that 24, leaving 24 days left in the year. A very powerful connection with that 15 that we've been getting again, tied around this new psyop on the world stage right now, being a very powerful number again, giving us that 3 months exactly from Rosh Hashanah, or 13 weeks exactly. Just some very powerful connections in the numbers. That 91, which is a mirror of 19, which ties us back into Ra, the ancient sun god. So again, very powerful. 19 being soul 19, spirit 19, battery 19. This very powerful connection, Shell 19, because we all have one. And the 19th card in the Tarot deck is the Sun, Ra. So Chaos 19. Just very powerful connections with this 91 days since the start of Rosh Hashanah connection on the 7th, which I do believe now was yesterday, right? Huh. Yeah. Where have I been? Anyways, but being yesterday, yeah, I mean, getting some volatility, a push to the upside yesterday of that 52K range. We didn't hold support there. Would have loved to see a daily close above that 52K range yesterday. But hey, to get that volatility then on December 7th, a day that would live in infamy. We'll never give up, Patriots. Remember that. But very powerful day right there. Those of you that don't know what that day was, go do your research on Pearl Harbor, 1941, 1942, when the Japan and the Japanese fighter planes attacked Hawaii. If I'm not mistaken, that was yesterday, December 12th. I could be wrong, but who knows? Maybe they got rid of that when they wiped the timeline in 2012 and had the Mandela effect too. Kids don't even remember the Bernstein Bears or GIF, being changed, but I do, etc. Anyways, I did ask a woman not too long ago that was wearing a Nelson Mandela shirt if she remembered him dying twice, and she just looked at me all astonished, like she didn't have any idea what I was talking about, and obviously she didn't remember that. But anyways, don't want to get sidetracked. But that December 7th date being a very powerful day to the markets, giving a little bit of volatility, a push to 52K. That 52 being a very powerful number, in little 52, flood 52, and we were in that 52 cyclical year, cycle, etc. But being 24 days left in the year, bringing that up a little bit earlier, tying us back into Jupiter, just very powerful day, tying into that 15 connection, tying into our new variant. But the 9th, which is in 2 days from today, which is giving us 22 days left in the year, moving into again the year of the 22nd year of the 21st century. I think that's being a very powerful number. And again, we're in the 5782 year, the Hebrew year, giving us that 22. Angels 22, the 22 angels that descended upon Mount Haran, to that were the original conspirators of this realm, where that word conspirator really comes from, the 22 angels. But anyways, just want to make that connection. I think it being a very powerful possibility. of a day to watch out for, December 9th. But another little piece of importance is it's 93 days since the start of Shemitah, and that 93 comes back to what, you guys? Can you guess? Could you guess? We're in the year of Saturn. That 93 time us back into Saturn, you guys. So December 9th, just watching out for that day. Just very powerful. We're in 2021. Again, very powerful connection right here, that 93 on December 9th. It being 3 months, 2 days, the mirror of 23. Okay, that 23 that we get in Bitcoin in its purest cipher. You guys, 2 months, 3 days, the mirror of 23. So very powerful. Alright, also it giving us, when we add it up, 12 plus 9 plus 21, that 42. So very powerful, leaving 22 days left in the year. So, you know, I don't know. Definitely want to keep an eye on that though. But tying back into Saturn, you guys, and I think it's important because we're in the year of Saturn, and in my opinion, that's been very powerful, and we've made powerful connections. But perhaps this day we see price action and volatility. Maybe not. We know now that we are in something different in this market versus 2013 and 2017. Maybe we have a dead cat bounce where we have a nice move up and get rejected and come back to lower lows, or we might go down starting the next couple of days. Nobody knows what's to come, to be determined, and you know, we'll just continue to see as I get into the technical analysis before the end of this video. You know, we'll talk about that. But this connection coming back to Saturn, having an important connection to Satoshi, having 21 million in supply, that Saturn connection there, that 21 number being very powerful. Just, you know, just seeing some connections, you guys. And I just want to share these things. But that 33 number coming up is massively important, and it's that next day, 3 months, 3 days, with that 7 and that 9 numerology. But just very powerful, that connection. That 63 being the mirror of 36 that we get in Bitcoin, the mirror of 72 right here in 27, a 133 number right here, you guys, in 13 weeks and 30 days. Very, very strong connections on the 10th of this month. And then that 12th, you guys, with that 65 connection, that very powerful mirror of 56, leaving 19 days left in the year. Ra, that 45 connection. So just some days that we're looking out for, you guys. But that mirror of 53, tying us back into, you know, this connection here, to be honest. And I might break that down in the decode in the next video. I don't know, but this one's already dragging out, and I'm sorry about that. But keep in mind, the next month to 2 months is going to be special in this market. I really do believe to pay a lot of attention to Q4, whether or not that's good for us or bad for us. But with the solstice coming up and how it might play a huge impact to the rest of December into the new year, then you know, it's definitely something to keep an eye out for, especially with this unprecedented change to the moon patterns that we typically get bullish energy around the new moon. You know, just very important to pay attention to the solstice, I do believe. But again, watching Bitcoin fall to 42K as we get into the technical analysis is not a surprise now that we understand the power behind Terra Luna hitting $77, and you know, we're in the year of Saturn, that 42K, that previous trading range where we pushed up, get rejected, and we come down and we continue to confirm, well, higher highs in structure, lower lows, higher highs, higher lows in structure. And well, right now we're holding that as support right now. Would love to see us get back above this 52K range and push past that 55. hit 58 and not stop till we get past 69 and continuate forward. Moon pattern bringing us bullish energy. We've got a potential three white soldiers playing out right here. That's a very bullish pattern. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Got the winter solstice coming up on the 22nd of the month that I think could bring a very bullish shift to the markets. We know the importance of that day. The death dies for 3 days, resurrects, etc. But just very powerful connections that we're seeing come up for the rest of the year. As we head into the new year, new beginnings, fresh starts, etc. And we go over this. But nothing really matters at this time. We know what happened. We just need to know how we're going to react to it, and how we're going to react to a potential push to the downside again if we get it, if we do go lower. You know, not really adamant about that, but I do think it is actually a possibility that we do get one more push down. I don't know. We'll just have to continue to see what happens. But unfortunately, the full moon is coming up, and that's typically bearish. You know, just saying. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, give me 1 second, you guys. But anyways, I definitely want to try and get into some TA. I know I've just been dragging that out for so long and just talking psychology and market sentiment, etc. I'm terribly sorry about that. Boom. All right, let's take a quick look at the RSI on Bitcoin real quick on the daily time frame. We're sitting at, wow, we're sitting right there at 35, 36. That's you know, that's completely oversold. You know, down there oversold for real. Not financial advice, but typically trading buying opportunities. We don't hang out in these areas long. We do push down lower, you know, at times, you know, 22, 21, you know, those areas. We've seen it go even lower to 15, 20, 10, etc. So, you know, not financial advice, but hey, potential left shoulder, head, bearish, or not bearish, but potential head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, foolish pattern playing out on the, I don't know, on the RSI. We'll have to continue to see how that plays out. But again, this 35 being very low for the RSI, the relative strength index for Bitcoin. Clear downtrend on that, setting lower lows, lower highs. Want to see that flip. Want to see something hold a support eventually, whether or not it's that 22 level or, you know, the psychological 30 trading range, 30, 70, whatever. You know, I don't know. Definitely bearish, that's for sure. Take a look at the MACD. Still in that confirmed uptrend with a MACD, but you know, we ain't doing nothing. We're still bullish or bearish. Definitely haven't got a flip of the MACD in the signal line yet to confirm any bullish histograms that have formed. So I definitely expect to see this just finally wane out eventually. Just long, dragged out downward price action, you know, as we get these The MACD still kind of, setting some kind of hidden bullish divergence. So we'll keep an eye on that. The RSI was broken that bullish divergence it was forming. No, I think that was on the 4-hour time frame that it was forming that, or possibly the 12-hour, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We were forming this bullish divergence with downward price action on the RSI at the time, 12-hour. Yeah, definitely had to been 12-hour. I'll have to go back and look at that. I don't remember quite what that was. But let's take a look at a few moving averages. Yeah, we definitely need to get up there, you guys. Let's pull up our bearish retrace pool we were talking about earlier. We definitely need to get out this golden pocket and get on up there. Um, we definitely want to continue to see continuations. We see this was a very this 200 double exponential moving average. It's recently crossed our 200, or I guess you could say our 200 exponential has fallen below our 200 double exponential. But to be quite frank, that's actually a bullish cross. We tend to see price action shortly after to the upside shortly after this 200 double exponential crosses this 200 exponential. And I'm not trying to feed you hopium and be optimistic, but like we see that shortly after this 200 cross, the 200 exponential gained its strength back and eventually crossed back is all I'm saying. So let's look for that potential to happen again, just like back here. This 200 exponential fell below the 200 double exponential before pushing upward. So right now with extreme fear in the market, I'm definitely watching this 200 exponential moving average. We're holding support right now above this. Oh, that's the 21. I'm so sorry. This is the 200 exponential moving average, and we're holding support above that right now. But I'm watching that 200 double exponential and that 21 moving average flip. We see that 21, we tend to hold support of it, and we'll run. And when it falls below the 200 double exponential, we tend to see it flip again and push upwards. So sorry for any confusion that I caused in that. Let's take a look at that 15 and 35. That 13 and 55. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Alright, so that 13 exponential moving average sitting at about 53K, area that we would love to see it reclaim, being a very bullish, flip of exponential moving averages. That 13, typically when we fall below that, that's bearish. That's nothing financial, not financial advice given right there, but I'm just saying that's not good. We want to reclaim that and get back above that 21, that 55 as well. And get back up there above that 55, 57K trading range that we were forming. Just be bottom up out of here, really, to be quite frank. Bollinger Bands, well, we fell out below the bottom side, obviously, but right now we're back above and still holding support of that 200 exponential. So I do want to show y'all after we clear up all this. I just want to show y'all just how much volume it took to bring us down. You see this? Do you see this volume right here, you guys? Look at this volume. Look at this supply, the supply indicator. Look at how much it took to bring us all the way down to 42. Nothing. Nothing. It took nothing, you guys. Nothing. We've seen higher levels of volume. And this isn't me pushing hopium, it's just telling you how a market works. But in the short time, I do see a reversal of trend forming eventually. Whether that's days, weeks, or months. I honestly see this as a very big shakeout. But again, no volume needed to bring us all the way down to 42K. So clearly, as a retail liquidation, weakens elimination of the market. But again, potential dead cat bounce setting a lower low scenario coming in too as well. But we'll have to see how that plays out. You know, possibly right there at the 36K range. I don't know. We'll have to see. But typically, a dead cat bounce is when you get to the 0.5 fib and come down to lower lows. And we showed you that in when we pulled up our fib, and we showed you that 0.5 range that, well, we're at. And you know, so we're definitely keeping an eye on the markets. But we want to get above 57 ultimately with closes above that, and then the 59 closes above that, and eliminate that 60K range that we've been talking about in our previous video. But when we see these indicators like the 13 and the 8, you know, the 13, the 24, the Fibonacci connections here with the 21, the 34, the 55, you know, we want to see all these indicators flip. This 8 get back above this 13, get back above this 34, get back above this 35. It's that bullish posture, you know. We want to see this flip again, and you know, show us continuation. With all that being said, you guys, I'm probably gonna sign out of this one. I know, you know, it was kind of sporadic and whatever, but I'm sorry. You know, I've been off my game lately, but you know, we'll be out and we'll do some more. Take care and God bless.